that's interesting. It got quiet in here all of a sudden. Well, I want to thank everyone for being here this afternoon while we get an opportunity to celebrate the career of Deputy Chief Anthony Raimondo and multiple promotions within the Sanford Police Department, as well as doing our annual award ceremony as well. With that, I'd like for everyone to please rise for the invocation, and following that will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good afternoon, everyone. If you bow your heads and your hearts with me this afternoon, please. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for the time that we can come together today. We can gather and we can celebrate. We can celebrate a career. We can celebrate someone who's served well and who's given an example to us. Lord, we can provide honor and to those who are being promoted, and we can celebrate those who have served above and beyond in the last year. Lord, thank you for the opportunity that we have. Thank you for this family that we are a part of. And Lord, I pray for safety. I pray for wisdom. And I pray, Father, that you would give us insight into how best to walk forward. It's in your powerful name I pray. Amen. Please remain standing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. You may be seated. I'd like to call up Mr. Bonaparte, our city manager, for a couple words.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
To a number of you, welcome to Sanford. We certainly have some distinguished guests, and I'd like to welcome all of you to this very auspicious occasion, as my father would say. We are recognizing the retirement of a deputy chief and promotions, including a new deputy chief. And while in the program it says, the chief says he's delighted and disheartened to announce the retirement of Deputy Chief Anthony Raimondo, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you to the new Director of Development Services for the City of Sanford that will oversee our planning department, our code enforcement department, and our building inspections, Mr. Anthony Raimondo. And those of you who've been with the city know that there's almost been a tradition, because the former Deputy Chief also became the Director of Development Services. So we're looking forward to his role, continuing with the service and the talent that he brings. For today, we are particularly pleased for the new Deputy Chief and the different promotions that you'll hear in a moment, and for the award recognitions of the outstanding members of the Sanford Police Department. We are very honored to have here in Sanford the finest police department. Don't worry about it, we're still fine. But we are certainly very proud of our officers and the men and women of the Sanford Police Department. Daryl Scott, boy, I just saw you. Our former Deputy Police Chief, Daryl Scott. Let's give him a round. Thank you, Chief.
I want to thank our commissioner for being here as well as the number of other agencies who came over to see all of their big brothers here, or their big brother in law enforcement here in Seminole County. All of my younger sister agencies over here. We love you guys, you know that. One of the things that was always important for me, is to have the opportunity to take a moment and look back. Look back at some of the things we've done, realizing that a number of the people who are being promoted or have been promoted have been actively engaged in a number of things that we have done here in the city of Sanford. So without further ado, I'm just going to show a real quick video of one of our favorite, I guess you can call it community engagement videos that we put out there. And hopefully you'll see a number of people who are who may not be here, but who have been promoted, and who are among a couple of people here who will be promoted again this afternoon.
I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. Superman got nothing on me.
Trequel?
I'm only one call away. Call me, baby, if you need a friend. And I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save
Ronnie Neal?
the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm
You're gonna love this one.
call away. Come along with me and don't be scared. I just wanna set you free.
Sorry.
You and me can make it anywhere. For now, we can stay for a while. 'Cause you know, I just wanna see you smile. No matter where you go, you know you're not alone. I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one call away. Call me, baby, if you need a friend. I just wanna give you love.
Sergeant Ayala?
Come on, reaching out to give you some chance. No matter where you go, know you're not alone.
Sergeant Wanting Justin
I'll be there to save the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one call away. Come along with me and don't be scared. I just wanna set you free. Come on, come on, come on. You and me can make it anywhere. For now, we can stay here for a while. 'Cause you know, I just wanna see you smile. No matter where you go, you know you're not alone. I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day.
Joshua Strobridge?
Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one call away. And when you're weak, I'll be strong. I'm gonna keep holding on. Now don't you worry, it won't be long. Darling, when you feel like hope is gone, just run into my arms. I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one. I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one call away. I'm only one call away.
So what I find very interesting is that going back 8 years, to our department 8 years ago, we have made a huge transition in who we are and how we operate. I am very proud to say that with the exception of one person, one sergeant on our department, every sergeant, captain, lieutenant, and deputy chief has been promoted by me in the past 8 years. So it's a testament to the people who we have here and the fact that they have taken the willingness to look at what's going to take to keep our community and our agency moving forward. You know, it's interesting that, you know, Darren Scott, D.L. Scott, sitting in the audience back there, was my first deputy chief, and then Tony Raimondo, who, when I first came on the department, was the training sergeant, and we spent a lot of time together. And over the past 8 years, we've really spent a lot of time together. Both on the job and off the job, become very good friends. And even though he's only moving here, he will always be a part of our agency. It's great that, you know, we talk about the difference between police and fire and city hall, but it's great to know that there will be someone in this building who understands that what the other needs are and has done a full circle of, in his career, touching just about every agency in this organization or every agency here in the city at some point. I'm gonna miss, you know, him coming down the hall and going, "Hoorah!" I know we got some Marines in here. "Hoorah!"
Hoorah!
You know, and I'm like going, "Yeah, Air Force is still better." It's one of those things.
You just got air conditioning.
Yes, we did. We had air conditioning, a whole lot of it. But speaking of Tony Raimondo, over 35 years ago, Tony Raimondo began his career in public service in the United States Marine Corps from 1986 to 1995. During his enlistment, he had the opportunity to attend and participate in some of the toughest leadership training in the world. He attended the schools such as infantry, squadron leader, Ranger, Airborne, and non-commissioned officer courses, just to name a few. Tony has always challenged himself and believes in the true dedication. Upon completing his military career, Tony pursued his education, attaining his academic degrees, culminating with a master's degree in science from the University of Central Florida in 2004. Tony began his career with the Sanford Police Department July 12, 1999, and has served in all areas of the department. He's worked in patrol, investigations, undercover, street crimes, and was assigned to the Seminole County SWAT team as a sniper. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant in June 19th of 2004, and served as the professional training sergeant and the training coordinator. During his career with the department, Tony completed the Command Officers Development Course, Leadership Seminar, and the FBI Academy. He has used his education and experience to develop new concepts with the use of new technology. He has led the department toward goals previously unattained. Tony has held several high liability certifications as far as firearms, defensive tactics, chemical weapons, and master tasers, just to name a few. Tony is on many civic committees such as the Elks, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Rotary Club. He's also on the national training team for fair and impartial policing, and he's an adjunct instructor for the University of South Florida. His willingness to perform in all his capacities and his desire to do the best for the department earned him the promotion to captain November 25th, 2013. So just a little bit about him being promoted to captain. He's probably the only person that I can think of that has gone from the rank of sergeant, skipping the rank of lieutenant, and moving right into the rank of captain. And that is a testament to who he was, his understanding of the department, his understanding of what we were trying to do back in 2013 as a department and as a community. So for me, it was like a no-brainer to promote him to a rank where he can continue and have the authority within the organization to make those changes. So it has been beneficial for us to get to where we are today. Last month, Tony accepted a promotion to Director of Development Services, where he will lead his new team of planners, building officials, and code enforcement officers. It is rumored Tony hopes this new position will give him more time for his 4 S's: surfing, scuba, skydiving, and salsa dancing. Poor Jody. Tony is supported by his wife of 25 years, Jody. Their 2 sons, John and Christian. John is currently serving in the Navy Special Operations Center, and Christian, who the first time I met him, he was about this tall, and he's a beast right now, will be graduating from high school this month. I'd like to invite Jody up, and I give you retiring Deputy Chief Anthony Raimondo.
I want to start with using part of my time to recognize somebody very special in the room. Not my wife yet. But when I think about the years at Sanford Police Department and the people who've made a significant impact, I cannot think of a person who's been more instrumental in orchestrating the changes that Chief Smith and our team tried to do than the dude who's standing in the back of the room. His name is Jim Krasinski. He's a retired Coast Guard officer. And last year, he retired from our agency right in the middle of the COVID pandemic. And unfortunately, we were not able to recognize him in a setting like this. And so I would like to draw your attention to that gentleman in the back room. Please give him a round of applause. All right, so about 26 years ago or so, a little bit longer than that really, I loaded this beautiful young lady up in a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Everything we owned fit into it, and moved her 3,000 miles away from California and said, I want to be a cop. And I mean, a phenomenal partner. So, I'm gonna get honored here in a minute. I couldn't have asked for a better partner. And then she blessed me with 2 sons. And those kids, when times got tough, it was their little eyes watching that kept me straight. So, both solid dudes. And I love you, and I appreciate you putting up with me all these years. But when I look around the room, man, I got a lot of memories. It flew by. It did. I look at Jason Bowen. We almost had our first in-custody death. You know, he called me and told me he tased a burglar, and you know, he went south on us. Fortunately, no FD guys in here. They were able to bring him back. So, good job on that. Jason Shore, Village Lake. When those guys came running out of that apartment with all those marijuana plants, you know, I was there with you, Spirit Buddy. We ended up cleaning that one up. And Josh Strobridge, where you at, buddy? Fighting that guy with a gun at 3rd and Pecan. You know, he was the first guy to get to me. Almost ran me over. True story. Almost hit me with the car. I think about JP. You know, young police officer. We were chasing a wanted felon who closed the door behind us, and he looked at me with the bright, bushy eyes of a brand new police officer, and looked at that brand new shiny window and said, "Sarge, can I break it?" Yeah, man, we can break it. Ms. Osborne, I can't count the number of cupcakes she left on my desk. I miss those, but now we got a chance to do it together. And look, oh, Nigel in the back. How many hours did we spend in the back of the ESU van busting Jean Fauchet's chops about a DD-214? And look at him now. He's an officer. Yeah. So, look, if I missed you, if I didn't shout you out, just understand this. I love you guys, every one of you. Sometimes I haven't liked you. Sometimes we've been mad at each other. But I always loved you. And I always tried to do what I thought was right, although I wasn't always right. Being the Deputy Chief of the Sanford Police Department has been one of the greatest privileges of my life. Which brings me to that dude. Look, Talk about the right guy at the right place at the right time. Chief Smith brought with him an idea and empowered those people around him to make it happen. You guys, when Mr. Bonaparte came up here to speak, he called you the best police department in the world. I'm going to tell you, I believe it. I do travel. I see a lot of police departments. I see a lot of stuff. And I'm always glad to come home to see the way that we do it. Because you guys are doing it right. You are among the most professional police officers in the world. And you should be proud of that. Right? As proud as I was to help Chief Smith lead that organization. So thank you to you and the trust you put in me. I love you. Mr. Bonaparte, thank you for the trust you've put in me in this new role. I will not let you down. Baby, thank you for always being there for me. And to my new team, I see y'all in the back. And I'm looking forward to working with you guys. And I love y'all too. All right? Thanks.
Certificate of Retirement, Deputy Chief Anthony Raimondo. In grateful recognition of your outstanding contribution to the Sanford Police Department. The Sanford Police Department is proud to present the Certificate of Retirement to Deputy Chief Anthony Raimondo for his service to the citizens of Sanford from July 12, 1999 through June 1st, 2021. We're grateful for your mentoring and for sharing your knowledge and friendship through the years. Congratulations and best wishes on your retirement.
And I just realized I missed one person that really needed to get a shout out. D.L. Scott in the back. Now, I'm not going to talk about street crimes because I don't think the statute of limitations is out yet. But listen, when I tell you thankful for your mentorship and your friendship and your guidance across the years, hey man, I love you too. All right.
On behalf of again, we'd just like to present you with patches through the years, from the patches when you first started to a series of different patches that our officers wear today, from our cancer patch to our investigators patch, the officers patch, the K9 patch, and our LGBTQ all-inclusive patch that our officers will be wearing effective June 1st of this year. Along with that is your retirement badge. Now here's what's funny, he already ordered his real retirement badge. We just put the fake one in here. But he ordered his real badge well before he retired. Thanks, buddy. And again, on behalf of the department, we'd like to present you with another plaque just indicating the number of years of service and dedication that you've made to the Sanford Police Department. And again, we truly appreciate all of your service. Thank you.
I'm gonna go sit down now.
No, you still gotta do this one. So with, in military and paramilitary structure, you always have to get rid of the old guy to bring the new guy in. So I'd like to invite up Shannon and Deputy Chief Select Trequelle Perkins. Trequelle Perkins is a native of Apopka, Florida, and is a 1995 graduate of Apopka High School. He began his career in law enforcement as a corrections officer with the Florida Department of Corrections in August of 2001. He worked with the Central Florida Reception Center as a correction officer until 2005. During that time, he attended the Crossover Academy, becoming dual certified in corrections and law enforcement. Trequel also worked at the Orange County Correction Center as an officer from 2005 until 2006. In October of 2006, Trequel started his career with the Sanford Police Department. He has served in the following roles within the department: patrol officer, property crimes, major crimes investigator, in the criminal CID, make it short, sergeant over patrol units, community relations unit sergeant, special operations lieutenant, and currently serve as the patrol operations commander. In addition to the responsibilities, he has received several accolades for his superior leadership. Trequel earned his bachelor's degree of science in public administration from Berry University in 2015. In August of 2017, he earned his master's of public administration degree at the same university. Trequel is also a graduate of the Southern Police Institute Command School and at class number 80. His motto is bridging the gap between law enforcement and community it serves. Is one of the biggest and interests and aspirations that he has. So on a side joke with Trequel, and he knows this one pretty well, is that when I do let my hair grow out a little bit, you can laugh, because that's not very often. Trequel and I have been mistaken for chief and captain. It's not unusual where people walk up to Trequel and go like, "Hey chief, how you doing?" And Trequel just kind of looks at him and shakes his head. Usually because I'm bald with a gray beard, he has hair and he only has a little bit of gray. Oh, it's dyed. No, Trequel is known not only for his work within the organization, but his work outside the organization in the community, which has been a huge, huge benefit for us. Trequel is a member of the CNI, which is a Community Initiative Project, and he has Community Neighborhood Initiative, which has worked diligently within the community to bring trust back, to engage in conversations, to see how we can work together to make Sanford, I shouldn't say work together, to continue to show how we work together to make Sanford such a great city. With that, you ready, man? One of the things I was telling his wife in the back was spend your time with him right now, because Raimondo had a little bit of hair too. If you hadn't noticed the theme, I'm bald, D.L. Scott's bald, Tony Raimondo is bald. In about 3 years, Trequel would be either all gray or bald. So here you go, buddy. I state your name.
I, Trequelle Perkins,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I support,
that I support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the government
and the government
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the state of Florida.
and the state of Florida,
That I will enforce
that I will enforce
all
all laws
laws of the state of Florida
of the state of Florida
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
of the city of Sanford.
of the city of Sanford.
I am duly qualified
I am duly qualified
to hold the office of
to hold the office of
Deputy Chief of Police
Deputy Chief of Police
in the city of Sanford,
in the city of Sanford,
of which I'm about to enter.
of which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Certificate of Promotion, Deputy Chief Trekelle Perkins. The Sanford Police Department is proud to present this certificate of promotion to Trekelle Perkins in honor of his promotion to the rank of Deputy Chief. Your commitment to duty is reflected in your service to the citizens of Sanford and rewarded with professional advancement. You are recognized for your dedication to protect and serve with high moral character. Trust has been placed in you to lead, to be a leader, and to lead in a role as a role model. Congratulations on this prestigious achievement. I give you Deputy Chief Trekelle Perkins.
that's because I'm nervous. So I'm trying to get a little laughs or whatever because I'm nervous. But first of all, thank God, because if it wasn't for him, none of this would be possible. Thank my wife first. But first, I want to thank my wife. She supported me from day one. She's been the biggest support. My family's here, my parents, my mom and dad, my sisters are here, my nieces, my brother right there, former Deputy Chief Darren Scott. We had a lot of talks while he was in the position. We've had a lot of talks after he's, been retired. He makes it sound more fun to be retired than to be here. But I do appreciate, the talks we've had. When the chief read my bio and it mentioned about me getting my degree, I did get my master's degree right after I got my bachelor's. And I wasn't gonna do that. I obtained my bachelor's degree, went to talk to the deputy chief. Hey, I got it. He said, good job, now go get your master's. And I listened. Education is important. I'd like to thank Chief Smith for the opportunity, Mr. Bonaparte. Also, this guy here,
Tony.
Mr. Tony. I told him I would not call him Tony, I would call him Mr. Tony. Former Deputy Chief Raimondo. We've had a lot of conversations as well, a lot of talks. I learned a lot from him, definitely. He's gonna be missed, but he's advised, as the video stated, he's gonna be one call away. If I ever need him for anything, he's available. So are many others. If I begin to thank everyone and recognize everyone for your support, I'll probably be here all day. But the support has been overwhelming. I appreciate it. Everyone that supported me and congratulated me, they've all said it's well deserved. I want you to keep that same energy. Because there are going to be times when, I may not agree with you and I may not side with you, but just know that my decisions will be in the best interest of the community, first, the department, and then the employee. I will be consistent, fair. Don't have anything to worry about. As long as you don't do anything illegal, immoral, unethical, you won't have to worry about anything. Because I'm hearing the chatter now. Individuals don't know how to take me. I may not smile a lot, but it's about business. It's about business. And I would like to do the best that I can in this position. I will do the best that I can. Chief, I won't let you down. Staff, I won't let you down. Mr. Bonaparte, I won't let you down. City of Sanford, I won't let you down. I remember my oath, the one I've given every time that I've been promoted. And I thank the chief for having us give the oath every time. It's a reminder of our purpose. And I remember my oath. I ask everyone to do the same. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers. My corrections trainer is here, Nicole. She trained me when I was in Orange County Corrections. Sergeant Price, he recruited me. He wasn't forthcoming with all the information.
You didn't ask the right question.
He said I didn't ask the right question. However, I appreciate his tactics because I'm here today. Thank you.
It's just kind of funny that Mr. Tony or Deputy Chief or retired Deputy Chief, you still got 4 more days, man. You still got 4 more days. They can still call you Deputy Chief. He is looking forward to going and sitting with his family. Next up, Captain Select Justin Pillen. And I'd like to invite his wife, Randy, and his son, Wyatt. Come on, man, put that phone down. Get out that phone, get up here with your dad. Justin Pillen began his career with the Sanford Police Department on December 5th, 2005, after serving 4 years with the United States Marine Corps.
Hoorah, hoorah, hoorah.
Never. He was assigned to the patrol division as the night shift patrol officer assigned to the west side of the city. In 2008, he was assigned to the narcotics unit for 4 years and tasked with cases of narcotics and vice within our community. In 2012, Justin was assigned to the newly developed Neighborhood Response Unit, where he served as an acting sergeant, tasked with proactive enforcement initiatives combating violent crime within our city. Justin was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 2013 and was placed in the training unit with difference from the past experience within the department, and he quickly mastered his new position as training coordinator. In 2016, he received his bachelor's degree in public administration. From 2012 to 2006, he also served as the emergency service unit. From 2012, he served as a SWAT team member of Seminole County as a sniper. I'm not hearing something consistent here between you guys. Yeah, no. In 2016, he was promoted to the rank of lieutenant and served on the night shift as a watch commander. In 2018, Justin was tasked with operations of both of our day shift watches, K-9 unit, and several civilian staffers. Today, all of his dedication, experience, and knowledge has afforded him the opportunity to become the next division commander in operations. Unless Ray wants it. Within the department. Ray's going, not me, buddy. Pillen has been a pillar, just a rock solid individual, one of our go-to people to make sure that things take place and are getting done. It was interesting when we did some organizational changes and made the decision we're just going to have one watch commander for day shift, and effectively has overseen 2 day shift patrols, working unusually long hours to make sure that both of those patrols had a lieutenant that was involved and actively engaged. So without further ado, let's get this guy sworn.
Sure do.
I state your name.
I, Justin Pillen,
You solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the government
and the government
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the state of Florida.
and the state of Florida,
That I will enforce
that I will enforce
all laws
all laws
of the state of Florida
of the state of Florida
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
of the city of
of
Sanford.
the city of Sanford.
I am duly qualified
I am duly
to
qualified
hold the office of
to hold the office of
police captain
police captain
in the city of Sanford,
in the city of Sanford,
which I'm about to enter.
which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Got it.
Yeah.
Likewise, Captain Pillen will also receive a certificate of promotion. They pretty much read the same, so I'm just gonna bypass it and pass it to his wife. And I'd like to introduce you, Captain Justin Pillen.
I have a couple notes here because I have screwed this up 2 times already, so I don't want to forget people, all right? First, I'd like to recognize and thank city manager, our elected officials. There's no doubt that the city of Sanford is not in its best shape it's ever been. That's because of your hard work and effort, so we appreciate you. If you don't recognize Commissioner Austin back, he's a gentleman without the beard. Check Facebook, you get it.
Randy, I'll be calling him.
Of course, I I have to thank my wife, always pushing me, telling me to, go to school, go to events, do the things that, I needed to do, sometimes didn't want to do, but she pushed me and had me do it. I wanna thank my little guy Wyatt too. I know you're shy, huh? For sharing your dad, with the city. I know that sometimes dad can't pick you up from school early and things like that, but that's where my family comes into play. Thank you to them also, for taking those last minute phone calls and, I can't be there, I'm sorry, something just happened. Means a lot to me. And I could go around the room just like Tony did. But a couple people specifically I need to thank is obviously Chief Smith. We were blessed in 2013. I truly mean that, Chief. Darren Scott, been with me, since the academy, correct? He was my drill instructor in the academy. I remember going across the stage and him grabbing me and saying, "Go hug your mama, you're coming to Sanford." So 10-4. Tony Raimondo, I'll never forget that day. But all of you, your leadership, your mentorship means the world to me, and it's why I am where I am now. So thank you very much.
Randy and Wyatt, in about a year or so, he'll be joining the bald man's group as well. Or he'll be using a whole bunch of Grecian formula just to get his hair so like hair again. Up next is Lieutenant Select Joshua Strobridge. Now I'd like to invite her up. Lieutenant from OPD, Robert Strobridge, to pin him. Sergeant Josh Strobridge started his career with the Sanford Police Department on May 22nd, 2006 as a road patrol officer. Sergeant Strobridge served on the night shift, mid shift, and day shift. In 2012, during the Zimmerman-Martin incident, Sergeant Strobridge was selected to work in the Joint Information Center with the public information officers. Also in 2012, he was selected to become a member of the Sanford Police Department's Community Awareness Team, or CAT team, which later became Community Relation Unit. Sergeant Strobridge is an in-house adjunct instructor at Seminole State University, or college. In 2014, he was selected by the Women's Club as the Officer of the Year. In June of 2016, Sergeant Strobridge received his certificate of promotion to the rank of sergeant and was assigned to oversee the Community Relations Unit, where he has been since that time. In 2019, Sergeant Strobridge completed the requirements for leadership course with the FBI Executive Development course and has earned his Trilogy Award. Sergeant Strobridge has served in numerous capacities within the organization: field training, bike officer, honor guard commander, firearms instructor, Seminole County negotiator, master taser instructor. Dude, this list goes on for a long time. SIG P-23 armor, citizens response active shooter event trainer. In 2021, he completed his associate's degree from College of Southern University. Columbia South, sorry. Columbia South. Sergeant Strobridge is currently enrolled at Columbia South to receive his bachelor's degree. Now, one of the things I found that was really interesting back in 2013, there were a group of people who kind of clung to me because I am very community oriented. And one of my major goals was to make sure I put people in the right place so that they are actively engaged with doing the things that was important in our community. Those faces who are familiar with the people on the street, who could go into pretty much any environment, anywhere in the community, and the community would know and accept them. And that one of those persons was Josh. He has been a go-to person with regards to things that we're doing in the community. He has overseen our community relations unit and has done a fantastic job working with our volunteers. I know at least 2 of them are here, Stash and Diane. Anytime that something comes up, they are always there for us. We really appreciate you guys as well. So, without further ado, let's get Josh promoted. Ready, buddy?
Yes, sir. You.
I state your name.
I, Joshua Strobridge.
Can you speak up?
I, Joshua Strobridge.
As loud as you talk in the hallways. I know you can speak loud. Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Or affirm.
Affirm.
That I will support.
That I will support.
Protect and defend.
Protect and defend.
The Constitution.
The Constitution.
And the government.
And the government.
Of the United States of America.
Of the United States of America.
And the state of Florida.
And the state of Florida.
That I will enforce.
That I will enforce.
All laws.
All laws.
Of the state of Florida.
In the state of Florida.
And the ordinances.
And the ordinances.
Yes.
Yep.
Of the city of
Of the
Sanford.
city of Sanford.
I am duly
I
qualified.
am duly qualified
To hold the position of
to hold the position of
police lieutenant
police lieutenant
in the city of Sanford,
in the city of Sanford,
of which I'm about to enter.
for which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Again, Josh will also receive his certificate of promotion.
Congratulations. Proud, very proud.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Josh Strobridge.
Thank you, sir. Wow, thank you very much. This whole city is a family to me in every way, shape, or form. This department, I love this town. I drove through the parking lot yesterday and just seen folks down the street waving, and because we know each other a lot around here, and we're really tight, and just made me proud to be a part of this city alone, but a part of this department. And to now be able to follow in the footsteps of these gentlemen, there's mentors everywhere in here. Family, friends that have come, you've been mentors, and my uncle, of course my father, it's been amazing. Deputy Chief, both Deputy Chiefs back there, DL, hoorah. So thank you for the continued support, and just wow. I can't say there's nothing greater than family, and that's what I feel like everyone here is to me. So thank you very much.
And last but not least, Tina Leman. And we'd like to invite her mother, Sandra, up to pin her. Tina was born and raised in Winter Park, Florida, and is the daughter of former Seminole County Captain J. Leman, U.S. Air Force veteran. I almost said Army. Sandra Leman, who served as a reserve officer with the Altamont Springs Department and Seminole County. So Tina grew up in a police atmosphere. After graduating from Lake Howell High, Tina went to Seminole State College, where she played softball and obtained her associate's in arts degree. From there, Tina transferred to Rollins College, where she played softball with the team and completed her bachelor's degree in English literature and writing. She is a fantastic writer, just so you know. In 2000, while working as a physical therapist teacher, Tina put herself through the police academy, and on August 7, 2000, she was hired with the Sanford Police Department. I want each of you to know that they wrote these things. Tina thought she was 12 years old when she got hired with Sanford. Not. In 2006, Tina finished her master's degree with the University of Central Florida with a focus on sports and fitness. Throughout her career here, Tina has worked in patrol, school resource officers, community relations, auto theft, police motors, and the training division. And on next Thursday, she will be defending her dissertation for her doctorate in leadership. So we'll be calling you Sergeant Dr. Tina Leman.
You can call me whatever you want.
You know, and she will become a subject matter in police stress and stress management. You know, Tina, again, has been one of those people who has been assigned and reassigned, but never ever really had any issues with regards to the changes we've had in the organization. Has always been someone who's been stand up. Middle of the night, we get a change in programs and have that ability for Josh to call on his team of people in community relations and then be able to continue to fulfill all of the needs within our community. You know, Tina has taken on a number of additional roles within our organization, from, you know, being our fitness and wellness instructor, conducting numerous trainings within the organization. And I have put a number of major things on her shoulders as a new sergeant, as far as our SRO sergeant, community relations sergeant, community contact sergeant. So she will have numerous positions upon her being sworn in and Tony Raimondo leaving the building.
Love you, brother.
So, without further ado, let's get Tina sworn. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Do it. I state your name.
I, Tina Leman,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I support,
that I support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and the government
and the government
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the state of Florida.
in the state of Florida,
That I will enforce
that I will enforce
all laws
all laws
of the state of Florida
of the state of Florida
and the ordinances
and the ordinances
of the city of Sanford.
of the city of Sanford.
I am duly overqualified. Duly qualified.
I'm duly qualified
to hold the office of
to hold the office of
police sergeant
police sergeant
in the city of Sanford,
in the city of Sanford,
of which I'm about to enter.
of which I'm about to enter,
So help me God.
so help me God. Mom, weren't you about?
So all of the previous certificates of promotion pretty much read the same. The Sanford Police Department is proud to present the certificate of promotion to all of them in honor of their promotions to the various ranks. Your commitment to duty is reflected in your service to the citizens of Sanford, rewarded with professional advancement. You are recognized for your commitment to protection and to protect and serve with high moral character. Trust has been placed in each of you to lead as role models. Congratulations on this prestigious achievement. I give you Sergeant Dr. or Dr. Sergeant Tina Leman.
Really, y'all can just call me Tina, it's okay.
Supergirl Tina.
That too, I like that one. This has been a long journey for me. They talk about reflection in the leadership programs and the changes that you can make if you're willing to do so. My changes started in 2013 when I was involved in a police motorcycle crash on duty here. That was not my fault. And I was out for almost a year before I thought I was ready to come back physically. My doctors were kind of against it, but in Tina's mind, she was ready to come back physically. And when I came back, I realized, well, I didn't know, but mentally I was not prepared to come back. Because what we don't realize as officers is we go through so many physically traumatic events that there's also mental traumatic consequences and repercussions that go with it. So I had a lot of issues when I came back. I didn't realize they were issues till I started getting in trouble and getting written up. And I didn't know why. I honestly didn't know why. But I realized something was not right with Tina. And I had to figure it out, because that was not normal for me. So I was put back out on administrative leave for almost 2 years. And in those 2 years, trying to get myself emotionally healthy, my father became ill with a heart condition. So in the midst of trying to get my mind healthy, I'm also trying to deal with my father, who's now fallen ill. It was a struggle, it was a fight, and I wasn't even sure I was going to come back, to be honest. But I started thinking like my dad would think, because my dad was with the sheriff's office for 34 years. And he was always a great leader, a person that everyone looked up to. And people, even to this day, have said, I remember your dad. The one thing he always was to me was fair. And I want to be able to emanate that in the community now. And I thought about it, and I said, you know what, I can come back, I can do this. My dad believes in me. He believed in me, I know he still believes in me, and I've got to do something that's gonna better myself and make myself a better person, not only for the people in this department, but for the community that I serve. So I decided to refinance my mortgage and try and go get my doctorate. Twice, refinanced my house. And for the last 3.5 years, it's been a fight between trying to get all the schoolwork done. Dr. Keene, if you're watching, it's been a struggle. And on top of that, trying to manage work, community relations, and then thrown into training, and all the tasks that needed to get done. But with my brother's help, I was able to do it. And yes, hopefully next week I'll be defending my research on police stress and management. So I'm grateful for this opportunity. I realize now I had a lot of growing to do and a lot of acceptance to understand the things that were wrong with me, and to learn to be able to change, to make myself a better person. So I hope I've shown that. It seems I've shown that, and I'll continue to show that, and I'll continue to show my leadership in this community. I just appreciate it. I'm elated. Sorry to use my big English word, but I'm overjoyed, so I appreciate it.
So if you hadn't followed on, one of the major themes that has taken place is that, I think Trequel kind of hit on it. It's like education, education, education. It's simple for people to put a uniform on and go out and do the job, but you also have to have that education to back you up when you're prepared to advance within any organization, no matter where it is. And you've seen that the officers from associates through doctorate have continued that while they're continuing their careers here with the Sanford Police Department. I am going to turn the mic over now to Deputy Chief Perkins to do our award ceremony. I know he reads pretty fast. Somebody turn the air conditioner up, please, because these hot polyester wool suits are just killing us. So we're going to move over into the next phase real quick here.
All right, let's put those degrees to work. The first set of awards will be presented to the officers of the quarter for 2020. We're a little behind due to a pandemic last year, so we're going to try to take care of this. The following officers As I call your name, please come forward. Officer of the first quarter, Officer Brian Pierce. Right here. Officer Shafiq Nasuli, second quarter. And the officer of the fourth quarter, Officer Adam Bautel. Now it's time for the supervisor of the year for 2020. That was Sergeant Frederick Eldridge. Clean up pretty nice, man. Thank you. Looking at it. Officer of the Year is not present, but we would like to recognize our civilians also. They do a wonderful job. And this particular civilian does a great job in training also the new civilians that come aboard. And the civilian of the year is CSO Elisa Lucas.
CSO Lucas is also known as Chi-Town. She's from Chicago, so I got to give her that shout, being from Chicago as well.
The next award is a life-saving award. And the Life-Saving Award, in grateful recognition of your outstanding contribution to the Sanford Police Department. Officer Quinn responded to a suicidal person call at 325 Charter Court, Sanford. Upon arrival, Officer Quinn observed a Hispanic male suspended in air hanging from a tree. Officer Quinn immediately ran toward the subject, wrapped his arms around the subject's waist, and began lifting him to relieve the tension around his neck. Officer Nofke and Officer Barnell came up behind Officer Quinn and were able to loosen and remove the rope from the subject's neck. Without the quick action of the officers involved, the subject would have lost his life. I would present the life-saving award to, first one is to Officer Gregory Quinn. And the next one is Officer Sean Nofke. Same. Thank you. I have another life-saving award. Officer Sabrina Caradonna. Officer Caradonna and Officer Brown responded to a call for service in regards to a citizen in medical distress. The caller indicated that her husband was having a heart attack in his semi-tractor. Officer Caradonna and Officer Brown both arrived on scene and began CPR on the subject until the Sanford Fire Department arrived and was able to take over and transport the subject to CFRH for further medical treatment. Lieutenant Hampton of the Sanford Fire Department advised that their efforts contributed to saving the subject's life. Congratulations, Officer Caradonna. Mr. Ed Wasner is one of our civilians. He's receiving the Chief of Police citation. Mr. Wasner. Mr. Wasner's commitment to his job role and diligence in overcoming obstacles unique to public safety has created cost-saving solutions that have single-handedly saved the agency and the city of Sanford thousands of dollars. His dedication and efforts exceeded what is required for the accomplishment of his job role and provided public safety employees exceptional customer service. Congratulations, Mr. Wasner.
Come on up here, kid.
That's Officer Isaiah Price. Please don't act like your dad. But while investigating a suspicious vehicle, Lieutenant Timpano witnessed two subjects dressed in all black walk towards the mall. Officers working the prevention detail were notified and made contact with two subjects. While officers were out with the two subjects, Officer Price located a live posting on Instagram from one of the two subjects involved in Loot the Mall. Through Officer Price's diligence and going above and beyond his duties by monitoring social media, two subjects were held accountable and arrested, which prevented the looting of the mall as depicted in the social media post. Chief of Police Award, Officer Isaiah Price.
So, Nigel's standing in the back because he's a proud papa because two of his children just received awards, Sabrina and his son Isaiah. We always talk about the legacies that we leave behind us and looking at how, what we do with our children and what our children, decide to go into and the careers they choose to follow in. And it's always rewarding to see that the children follows in the footsteps of their parents and they're doing such a great job. Isaiah's been on the job for 3 years, 2 years, and Sabrina, how many years? 5 years. She got you beat. So, it's always great that we have an opportunity to recognize the service and the things that take place in our organization. Whether it's from our officers or from our civilians, we love Ed. Let me say it again. Ed, we love you, man. Because if something goes wrong with our computers or anything that's IT, and if he's in the office, it's taken care of like that. We really appreciate the leadership and the connection that we have with our other agencies here within the city. So that's going to bring us to a close. I was reminded by Lee that there are refreshments in the room behind us. Truly take a moment and congratulate each of the promotees and the award recipients. And thank you all for coming.